Hello and welcome to the first video of the M2 chapter Impulses and Collisions. We're going to follow on from the M1 content, so this starter question reviews that. Two particles, A and B, of masses 2 and 4 respectively, are moving towards each other in opposite directions along the same straight line on a smooth horizontal surface. So here we've got A and B. This is 2 kilograms, 4 kilograms. They are moving towards each other. Before the collision, the speeds are 3 meters a second for A and 2 meters a second for B. After the collision, so this is before, here is after, A and B, same mass, 2 and 4, but the direction of motion of A is reversed. It's now going this way and its speed is 2 meters a second. Find the speed and direction of B after the collision and the magnitude of the impulse given by A to B in the collision. So during this process I'm going to take this direction to be positive, try and avoid the use of the terms left and right. In this case, if I wanted to say this direction, I would say the direction of A before the collision. So I'm going to take that as positive, and initially I will put V here. So if V turns out as a negative answer, I know that its direction was not reversed. The M1 formula we're using here is the conservation of linear momentum, where the mass times the velocity of particle 1 plus the mass times the velocity of particle 2 before the collision is equal to mass times the velocity of particle 1 plus mass times velocity of particle 2 after the collision. So if we apply that to the example we've got, 2 times 3 plus 4 times minus 2, because this one's heading in a direction opposite to what I've said is positive, must equal, after the collision, 2 times minus 2, because the direction of A has been reversed, plus 4 times V, and we'll find out if V is positive or negative, and that will tell us the direction. On the left, 6 minus 8 minus 2. On the right, minus 4 plus 4V, which gives us V is equal to 1/2 meters per second. The speed of B is 1/2 after the collision, and the direction of B has been reversed after the collision. Magnitude of the impulse, then, in purple here, remembering the impulse equation from M1 was impulse equals change in momentum. So if I apply that to particle B, mass times velocity after the impact, 4 times 1/2, minus mass 4 times velocity minus 2, because again I'm using positive this direction, gives me 2 plus 8 is 10 Newton seconds for the impulse given by A to B. I hope that you are confident on these concepts before you start this chapter, because a lot of what we're going to do here builds on this. In this video, we're going to look at those very equations in vector form. We're going to look at Newton's law of restitution in the next video, then we'll look at problems involving direct collisions with a smooth plane, change in energy, and successive impacts, which means more than one impact, one after the other. So in this video, vector form of those two equations we had on the starter question, the impulse momentum principle, which was this, and the principle of conservation of linear momentum, which was this. In vector form, these two. So there's not much different here in this video to what you already know from M1, except that we're going to apply these to vectors specifically in ij notation. For example, a particle of mass 0.5 kilograms moving with velocity this, receives an impulse this, find the new velocity of the particle. So we have our equation, I is equal to mv minus mu, but these are now vectors. Obviously you can keep them as ij if you like, but I prefer column notation, so I'm going to write this as 3 minus 4 is equal to 0.5 for the mass times the final velocity, minus 0.5 for the mass, times the initial velocity, 8 minus 3, and then we solve it. So I'll just multiply everything by 2 and make v the subject. That will give me 2 lots of this, 3 minus 4 plus 8 minus 3, which gives me 14 for the I component and minus 11 for the j component, and I will put it back into that form because the question had it in that form. So I'll finish with this, the new velocity of the particle. Next example, a particle of mass 0.2 kilograms receives an impulse of q Newton seconds. Immediately before that, the velocity is this. Immediately afterwards, it is this. Find the magnitude of q and the angle between q and I of course being the positive x direction. So we're using the same equation. I is equal to mv minus mu, and here we don't know the impulse, but it is called something different, so q, 0.2 for the mass, final velocity 13 minus 6, minus 0.2, velocity before the impact 12, 5. That gives us a vector of 0.2 minus 2.2. But the vector is not really what we want the magnitude of q. So now I need to find the magnitude, 0.2 squared plus 2.2 squared, or arguably minus 2.2 squared, but that doesn't make any difference, which gives the rather awkward answer of the square root of 122 over 5. And then the angle between q and I, q looks something like this, 0.2 there, minus 2.2 here. The angle with I is this, so we get the inverse tan of 2.2 over 0.2, which is 84.8 degrees to 1 decimal place. Third example. Tennis ball of mass 0.02 kilograms is moving with this velocity when it hits a wall. It rebounds with this velocity. Find the impulse exerted by the wall on the tennis ball. Same equation again. We want to know the impulse. 0.02 times the rebound velocity minus 0.02 times the velocity before impact is minus 9 over 50 minus 22 over 25. That is the impulse on the tennis ball exerted by the wall. Fourth and final example. A particle of mass 0.15 moving with this velocity collides with a particle of mass 0.25 moving with this velocity. The two particles coalesce, which means they squish together and form one particle, which of course has a mass combined this plus this, 0.4. Find the velocity of the combined particle. Here we're using the other equation, mu for particle 1 plus mu for particle 2, and usually on the right hand side we would have something similar, mv particle 1 and mv particle 2, but in this case we've got one particle of a combined mass, 0.4. So this is m1 plus m2 times the speed of that single particle. Applying this, we get 0.15, 20 minus 10, plus 0.25, 16 minus 8 is equal to 0.4 times v. These are all vectors, and that gives 7 and minus 7 over 2 to give a final answer of 35 over 2 minus 35 over 4. Putting it back into the same form that the question had gives us this. So I hope most of this has been familiar to you. You've used these equations before, impulse and momentum. We've also used vectors before. Here we're just putting those two things together. I hope that's enough then for you to have a go at exercise 5a, and maybe I'll see you in the second video for something new, Newton's law of restitution.